Standard 5th, Subject English, poem number 20, Only One Mother. Before I start this poem, I would like to give you a short introduction related to this poem. The poem Only One Mother, written by George Cooper, tries to awake us to the fact that in this world everything like stars, shells, bird and lambs etc are plentiful, but we have only one mother for a child. His mother is the most precious gift on the earth. She loves her child unconditionally and unselfishness, and he tells us how luckily we are to have a mother whose love is incomparable. The poet brings out the importance of a mother in the child's life and how we should feel blessed to have a mother. So this was the short introduction related to this poem. For now, first I'm going to recite this poem for you all, dear children. Please pay attention. I start. Only one mother, hundreds of stars in the pretty sky, hundreds of cells on the shore together, hundreds of birds that go on singing by, hundreds of lambs in the sunny weather, hundreds of dewdrops to greet the drowned, hundreds of bees in the purple clover, hundreds of butterflies on the lawn, but only one mother the wild world over. George Cooper. Now, one by one, I'm going to explain the each stanza. Here, as you can see, the first line of the poem. Hundreds of stars in the pretty sky. Now, what is meant by pretty? Pretty means very beautiful. Something is very beautiful. Now, here the poet is giving example of stars. He says that there are hundred of stars in the pretty sky. When night happened, you can see plenty of stars in the sky which look very beautiful. So here the poet has given the example of stars. He says that in the sky there are hundred of stars which look very beautiful in the sky. Let's move to the second line of the poem. Hundred of shells on the shore together. Now, what is meant by shell? Shell means a hard covering that protects the eggs or any nuts. And what is mean by shore? Shore mean the land near the sea or the lake. So here the poet is given the example that there are hundred of shells on the shore together near the lake or the river. You can see the many shells near the sea which is white in color and it look good. So here the poet has given the example of the shells on the shore together. Let's move to the next line of the poem, what the poet is trying to tell us more. Hundreds of birds that go singing by. Now here the poet is given the example of the bird. The bird are flying in the sky and going by singing through the sky. So here the poet has given different example which is plenty in this world. Let's see more what the poet is giving example of. Let's move to the fourth line of the poem. Hundreds of lambs. Now what is meant by lambs? Lambs means a young sheep, a baby sheep. So hundred of lambs in the sunny weather. Sunny means shining with bright sunlight like a beautiful sunny weather. Now here the poet has given example that you can see the hundred of lamps in the sunny weather. In the shining sunny weather you can see the hundred of lamps over there. Let's move to the next line of the poem, dear children. Hundreds of dewdrops. Now what is meant by dewdrops, dear children? Dewdrops means drops of water formed for the moisture in the air which settle on the leaves and the plants early in the morning. When you get up early in the morning or you go for walk, you might be see the grasses are little wet. So it is the moisture of the air which settle on the leaves or the plant early in the morning. So here the poet is telling that hundred of dewdrops to greet the dawn. Now what is meant by dawn? The time immediately before the sunrise. So the time before the sunrise happened. So here the poet has given the example of the dewdrops, which is hundred of the great in the dawn. Let's move to the next line of the poem, dear children. Hundreds of bees. Now what is mean by bees? It is one type of insect which collect the honey. So hundred of bees in the purple clover. Now what is mean by clover? Clover means a type of plant, for example having three bordered leaves. The flowers grown in cluster, they may be in purple, red or white in color. So here the poet is giving the example of hundred of bees which are in the purple clover. Any type of flowers, red, white or purple in color. So here the poet is giving different example which we found in plenty. Let's move to the next line of the poem. Hundreds of butterflies on the lawn. Now what is mean by lawn? Lawn means an area of short regularly ground grasses, especially near the house or park. So here the poet is saying that you can see the hundreds of butterfly near any garden, park or nearby your house. So here the poet has given the example of hundred of butterfly which you can see near the lawn. Let's move to the last line of the poem and see what the poet is trying to tell us more. But only one mother the wild world over. Now what is mean by wild? Wild means very big, which has no boundary. For example, measuring a particular distance from one side to other. So here the poet is saying but only one mother the wild world over. So in this whole world there is only one mother which we can't count. Here the poet has given example and says there are plenties of stars, shell, birds, lamb, dewdrops and many other things which you are able to count, which are plenty. But we have only one mother in this whole world. For a child, his mother is the most precious gift on the earth, which is gifted by the God to us. It is told that God is not able to reach everywhere, so he had made a such beautiful thing that is our mother. So the poet brings out the importance of a mother in the child life and how we should feel blessed to have our mother in our life. Dear children, hope you all understood this beautiful poem, Only One Mother. Thank you.